When the world was still black and white, this man had Washington seeing red. Fidel Castro brought communism to the Caribbean. America's response, an embargo that's lasted 53 years. Now the White House says it's ready to cut loose the anchor of the past. The revolution and Castro's nationalization of US interests threw down a gauntlet. Successive American administrations responded with threats and plots. In 1961, the CIA sponsored a disastrous attempt at counter-revolution. It ended in humiliation at the Bay of Pigs. Cuba's reputation as a Cold War flashpoint cemented the following year in a missile crisis that brought the world to the brink of nuclear war.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba against any nation in the Western Hemisphere as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States, requiring a full retaliatory response upon the Soviet Union.
The battle lines drawn up amid such drama simply froze with time. Cuba's economy, once so dependent on its huge neighbor to the north, withered. Firmly in the Soviet camp, Cuban troops and advisors could be found in distant Cold War conflicts in Angola and Mozambique. And all the while, Fidel kept up his fiery, often long-winded rhetoric. But Cubans paid a heavy price in economic hardship and political repression. Many fled, some prepared to risk their lives making the 90-mile sea crossing to Florida. In Miami, a brooding, resentful exile population grew, wielding enormous influence on US policy. But as the old-timers have passed on, younger generations have started to talk about dialogue. Fidel was getting old, passing the reins of power to his younger brother, Raul, and slowly, on both sides of this bitter divide, a tentative thaw began. This handshake at a memorial for Nelson Mandela a year ago was a clear sign. Now Washington says it no longer serves America's interests to seek Cuba's collapse. It's time, it says, for a better future. Paul Adams, BBC News.